There's only one station in the D, local and loyal to the people.
WGPR Detroit, serving the African American community for over 50 years. Hot 107.5. Hot 107.5.
What up, though? I'm from the land of opportunity, the Motor City. D-Town, hold it down, so I gotta get it. Growing up, they always told me that the sky's the limit. I'm spacebound and flying out 1,000,000 miles a minute. From the west all the way to the east side. We all family, it don't matter where you reside. On the block, way more than the street signs. Tell me where you're from, go ahead and throw it up. From the Coney off Evergreen all the way to the Riverwalk. Mac and Bewick, let me see it, Avenue of Fashion. Belle Isle, get wild to the spirit. Detroit is us versus everybody. You don't really have a choice, but I do this for my sisters and my brothers that know the struggles holding it down for our single mothers and single fathers that just want to see us go farther. So we go harder and grow smarter. Cause
it's my smile, it's my pain. I just shine in the rain. When the odds stacking up, I get down in the mud. It's the spirit, it's the joy. You can tell from Detroit. I look around, I got D-Town with me, and I stay so rooted in my city. I am Detroit, I'm Detroit for life.
It's the first Sunday of the month, and you know what that means? It's time for Detroit for Life, the radio show that allows you to tap into opportunities offered by the city, all because you live in Detroit. Welcome to Detroit for Life. Here are your hosts, Vicki Thomas and Dodie Johnson.
It's the spirit, it's the joy. You can tell.
Well, hey there. It is the first Sunday of the month, and you know what it is. It's Detroit for Life on WGPR Hot 107.5. It has been the kickoff for the holiday season. Yes. Everybody is turkeyed out. I'm sure you don't want it to visit your plates today, but we've got some great people visiting us.
You know what? This morning I stepped on the scale, and I'm happy to report I weigh the same amount that I weighed a few days ago.
No, I cannot say
it's
that.
Hard to believe. It was hard to believe.
No, the leggings were a little tight this morning when I tried to pull them on.
I still feel stuffed full of dressing.
Oh my
and
God!
And mac and
Food.
And yes, it was a great Thanksgiving.
Well, you know, it's the kickoff. It's the kickoff of the holiday season. We have to also extend our warmest wishes and our prayers to those that some people are feeling very alone at this time of the year.
Yes.
And so we want to just extend our love and support to those people that listen to us the first Sunday of every month. And I went over somebody's house, and Katie's house, Karen Dumas, had a great dinner and fell asleep 20 minutes later. So you know the food is good when the itis kicks in.
That's right.
What we got today, Vic?
Well, we have a lot going on today. We have some folks who are spending their Sunday with us, or a portion of their Sunday coming off of Thanksgiving. So I really, really want to thank them for being here. Our first guest is Arthur Rush, and he is Chief Enforcement Officer of Building Safety, Engineering, and Environmental for the City of Detroit. Welcome to the show, Art.
Good morning, ladies.
Now, you have a big event coming up on Thursday from 10 to 1 p.m., and it is the Landlord Compliance Resource Fair. Tell us about the fair, who should attend, what will be happening at the fair at the Northwest Activity Center.
Yes, at the Northwest Activity Center, we are going to host another Landlord Compliance Resource Fair. And this is for property owners and those that want to become property owners, where we're going to roll out just some information about the new rental ordinance that was just passed by City Council. It's going to take effect in January, and the implementation should be about May. And so we want to inform landlords and potential landlords of some of the changes that are taking place with the rental ordinance.
And what are some of the major changes that landlords and potential landlords should know about?
Well, one of the major changes that we made to the rental ordinance is the provision that deals with lead inspections. And so what we're doing now is going with industry standards with some of the other cities and their compliance portion. They are, we're looking at, instead of having a lead inspection risk assessment done, now we're doing a visual inspection and dust wipe samples in the EBL zip codes that have the highest lead poisoned children. And so that's one of the major things that that has taken place with this new rental ordinance.
All right. And so the resource fair is taking place at the Northwest Activity Center. And how can people register?
Yes, they can go to the City of Detroit's social media pages. They will get a link, and then they can register that way, and they can also register on site.
All right. And it says for more information, you can call 313-628-2451, 313-628-2451. And how many people typically come out? Because I know that this is not the first one. You've been doing these on a regular basis.
Yes, we generally have anywhere from 200 to 300 landlords that come out to this event.
And what else can they learn in addition to finding out about the new ordinance passed by council? What other things can they learn at the fair?
So one of the things that they can also learn, we also have other city departments that will be there. So say, for instance, you have a landlord that wants to find out more information about how to become a Section 8 landlord. So we will have the Detroit Housing Commission. They'll be there so they can find out information about becoming a Section 8 landlord. We'll also have the Housing and Revitalization Department. They'll be there to talk about the new ordinance also that passed, the pilot ordinance that deals with property taxes. And so we have that, and we also have vendors as far as contractors, lead inspectors. They'll be there. So we have a lot of information for property owners and potential property landlords.
All right. And I know that a lot has been done during the mayor's tenure to really bring landlords into compliance and things like that. So this is nothing that landlords should be afraid of. This is really resources to assist them, correct?
That is correct. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to make things a lot easier for good landlords, to make things easier for them. And so I think one of the challenges that we have is getting the information out. And so I welcome this opportunity to be on this show to actually let your listeners know about this information.
All right. And again, let's go through the details. If people want to show up, they can register on site, and what time and where?
Yes, they can register on site. They need to just show up around 10 o'clock. That's when our presentation will start. And so the first part of our program starts off with an introduction with all of the different departments that will be there. And we will also, at the second half of our program, will be an opportunity where you get to talk to people from different city departments. So you
one-on-one,
and you can ask your questions.
All right. And what do you love about your job, Art?
What I love about my job.
And how long have you been with the city?
I've been with the city of Detroit for 29 years.
Wow. Wow.
So you can say I love my job.
I would say that he liked it quite a lot.
Yes, I love my job. And one of the things that I like about my job is that I get an opportunity to help people. Mm-hmm. And so we want to help landlords to learn how to be compliant. And we also want to help tenants to let them know what their rights are as far as being tenants.
All right. Again, it's the Landlord Compliance Resource Fair taking place this coming Thursday, December 5th at the Northwest Activity Center from 10 to 1. You want to get there at 10, and you can register on site, or you can look for the flyer that's on our social media for the City of Detroit, Facebook, Instagram, and you can also call 313-628-2451. Again, that number is 313-628-2451. 2451. Anything else you want to add before you depart, Arthur, and head off to church?
Well, I want to thank you for the opportunity to share this information with your listeners. And if any of your listeners come to the Landlord Resource Fair, please come up and let me know that you heard this program.
Yes, that would be great. Let Art know that you're listening and that you came out to find out about the resources for landlords and potential landlords. So thank you again for spending some of your Sunday with us. We definitely appreciate it. And we'll be right back with our next guest coming up in a few minutes.
It's the spirit, it's the joy. You can tell from Detroit. Detroit for life.
Motor City Match is making the dream of owning a business come true in Detroit. You could get up to $50,000 in grants to kickstart your business. Motor City Match, providing opportunity for Detroit small businesses. Sign up today at MotorCityMatch.com.
I was really a ninth grade dropout who had no education, but I was determined to make something of myself for my baby.
Like Annette, you can get a grant to start your business.
So Motor City Match matched the funds I put into my business. They awarded me $20,000. So now I'm able to focus solely on First Step Healthcare training, all because I live in Detroit.
Motor City Match, providing opportunity for Detroit small businesses. Sign up today at MotorCityMatch.com.
Being unemployed, being a burden. Project Clean Slate helped wipe those things away. I am now able to work for a reputable airline. Detroit had my back, all because I live in Detroit.
We're helping Detroiters like Stephen get a fresh start through Project Clean Slate, a free expungement program for Detroit residents. Project Clean Slate. Reclaim your life. Visit DetroitMI.gov/Detroit for life.
Has your criminal record held you back? Are you in need of a fresh start in life? Detroit has your back. Project Clean Slate is a free expungement program for Detroit residents. Sign up today at DetroitMI.gov/Detroit for life or call 313-237-3024.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the MHSAA and the Michigan Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Well, welcome back, Dodie. We have some phenomenal guests in studio, and I really want to thank them for being here, coming off of Thanksgiving and giving up some of your time on Sunday. We have Anthony Zander. He is the Director of Civil Rights, Inclusion, and Opportunity for the City of Detroit, and also his deputy, Tanika Griggs, and she is, again, the Deputy Director of CREO, and somebody I've known for many, many years, going back to my days as a reporter early on in my career. Mr. Marvis Coldfield, he is CEO of Kibalon Village and the recipient of 2 Human Rights Awards for the City of Detroit, and this is the 2024 6th Annual Human Rights Awards. And Anthony Zander, tell us about the awards.
I'll go ahead and chime in here. So this is our 6th annual award ceremony. What we wanted to do with these awards is we just want to make sure that we're acknowledging those that are in the community that are advancing these efforts as it relates to human rights, diversity, equity, inclusion, accessibility, all those things. We want to make sure that they're being acknowledged and that we're actually speaking to the work that they're doing, because they're the ones on the ground pushing the mission forward. So that's why we have this award ceremony, and we're hoping that it will continue and to grow bigger. So we're excited to go ahead and conduct this award, and we're honored to have Mr. Cofield here, who has won 2. So we did this year separate our Human Rights and Civil Rights Award, and he, by unanimous vote, won both.
Swept both categories, Marvis.
So we're honored. Yes, so congratulations to you. We're honored. And if you, I don't know if you want to go ahead and just kind of speak to the work that you're doing, and it's just phenomenal work. Well deserved. Well,
thank you. First, I want to thank Anthony and Tamika for choosing our organization, and it's an honor and pleasure. And for sure, Vicki, it's always good to be around the queens of communication, if you will.
Thank you, Marvin.
We are Kibalon Village. Been celebrating and doing some good in the neighborhood for the last 46 years. We're an African-centered organization where we focus on ourselves, but we say African-centered education is the thread that ties all people together in terms of inclusion, equity, and diversity. But specifically, we focus on our children between the ages of 5 to 21, and with the 3 basic goals of making sure they understand youth development in terms of after-school programming, during school program, entrepreneurial, as it relates to occupational, but tutoring, recreational, as well as making sure they have fun while they learn. And then as it relates to business development, making sure that we rebuild our neighborhood, our community, our businesses, as we see the need to bring people back to Detroit. But let's never forget what I say, from grassroots to global. Make sure the neighborhood is done first. I see that as being the living room of your house. You want people to come there, they should go there first. Then you get some of the amenities, the downtown and other areas. Not knocking that, but it takes a we, not a me. And last but not least, community development as relates to building our neighborhoods from a structural. We're talking rehab, renovation, as well as building new homes. And we have done that for the last 20, 30 years. We say we're building our neighborhood one brick, one building, one block at a time. So we're excited and not trying to hide it, that we feel that we need each other. And as a human rights advocate for the last 55 years, because at the end of the day, if you don't feel good, you're not going to look good, and you can't do any good. And so we understand that everyone, no matter where you live around this world, you are somebody. And so from the civil rights point of view, we got to make sure those individual liberties are there in terms of respecting people, in terms of law enforcement, social justice. We can go on and on, but I take my hat off to you all, because I think you chose the right organization, as well as the other ones who will be on. I'm going to stop right there. You all get me fired up.
And Marvis, what keeps you going? I mean, all these years you've been doing this work.
The babies, the youth. Malcolm X said, it ain't about the babies, what it is all about. So at the end of the day, we are responsible and accountable to make sure each one teach one, each one reach one. For the last 46 years, over 200,000 young people, youth, and adults have come through our program.
200,000. Wow.
May it be through outreach programs, may it be direct services. From what we say, from the moon to the tomb, we worked with inside of the school districts, community districts, recreation district, as well as faith-based organization. No stone has not been unturned to make sure that every child is respected and not neglected.
with opportunities, and that's what this show is all about.
That's right.
Letting people know about the many opportunities available to them. And you have a huge fundraiser coming up for the organization, too. Talk about that.
For sure, I'm glad you mentioned that. Well, today, matter of fact, we have Lunch and Laugh. We have some national comedians as well as local T-Bar. If you're familiar with her, she's a local
Love
comedian.
T-Bar.
She is the one who put this again together. This is going on our 4th year. It's going to be at the Village, 7701 Harper, 1 block west, from 3 to 6. And we do have a few tickets left. If you need to get one, you can come right to the door at 3 o'clock this Sunday, right today, December the 1st. This money goes towards making sure that the babies get the basics and have some time to get some luxuries, too. But the main thing is saving the babies, and we understand freedom ain't free.
That's right. Another great thing that was implemented, and I was able to assist a couple years ago, we started the lighting of the Canara. Tell me about that. Yeah.
Thanks to City Council Member District 3, Scott Benson, had come to me and says, because he knows that we definitely have for the last 40, 50 years celebrated Kwanzaa, and he's been a part, and since District 3 is in our district, he's understand the need to make sure that we are in there in terms of inclusion for Detroit. When you go downtown, you see the Christmas tree and the Canara, all of that is great, but where are we? We are 95% African-American minority, and we need to have our... So Scott said, you think we can build a Canara? I said, well, don't forget, we built the pyramids. So subsequently...
Canara's a small thing.
Yeah, so that's a piece of cake, if you will. So we, thanks to Brother Greg McKenzie, who is the key person, who is the one who made this happen structurally, philosophically, and programmatically. We have the tallest Canara in the world, 30 feet high. And we're downtown, and we are going to celebrate. And over last year, I think probably 50, 75,000 people throughout the world saw it. And thanks to our partnership with Downtown Partners and others, because I keep saying it's not a me, but it's a we.
Right. Yeah, you're doing so much, Marvis. You definitely deserve these awards. It's the Human Rights and Civil Rights Awards. So well deserved, and we thank you for being on the show today. Tanika, tell us about some of the other awardees.
Yes, so we have, there's a Creole's Choice Award, so that's someone that the department nominates who's been doing a phenomenal job, in which we are nominating Mr. William Ross, who is our former chair for our Human Rights Commission. We also have our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, which is, that award has been given to Mary Engelman, so she's the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Executive Manager at the Police Department. And then accessibility is going to Dessa Kosma. She is the executive director at the Detroit Disability Power.
Wow, some really great names there. Well-deserving folks who are doing great things in our community. And the 6th Annual Human Rights Awards ceremony is coming up, and I'm sure folks will be just pleased to share what they're doing in the community as they accept these awards. So, and congratulations to you for keeping these going for 6 years running now. Getting bigger and better?
Yes, absolutely. It's definitely getting bigger and better, and we're hoping that it continues to go up from here.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. Again, Tanika, thank you so much for sharing the details about the 6th Annual Human Rights Awards. And Marvis Cofield, always great to see you, and congratulations again to you.
Thank you very much.
City Match is making the dream of owning a business come true in Detroit. You could get up to $50,000 in grants to kickstart your business. Motor City Match, providing opportunity for Detroit small businesses. Sign up today at motorcitymatch.com.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, and father of 5. I'm also an expert on drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids, and there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ed Council.
I was really a 9th grade dropout who had no education, but I was determined to make something of myself for my baby.
Like Annette, you can get a grant to start your business.
So Motor City matched the funds I put into my business. They awarded me $20,000. So now I'm able to focus solely on first step healthcare training, all because I live in Detroit.
Motor City Match, providing opportunity for Detroit small businesses. Sign up today at motorcitymatch.com.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the MHSAA and the Michigan Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back. It's been an intriguing show. As always, we give great information,
That's
Vic.
right. That's
Just
right.
great information. I mean, there's so much that Detroit, the city, is doing. There's so many. The Landlord Compliance Fair, I think that's phenomenal, especially for tenants as well as landlords.
Right.
You know, it just keeps everybody. It's a great check and balance. Anthony was great, you know, and Tanika and all those Marvis, all those guys. Mr. Cofield is out cold. He's out cold. as they would say in the hip hop world, he's out cold.
Cofield out cold.
And he had some bars. He was running. He was stringing it together. I don't know if you all were paying attention.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. See, I'm of the culture, you know. So I kind of.
It's about we.
Yeah.
Not me.
Right.
I'm gonna remember that one.
He had some nice bars there. So
yeah, well, we're back with Anthony Zander. He is the director of Creole, and Anthony has some exciting news. The mayor was really excited about this one. Anthony, Detroit earns its 9th consecutive perfect score on the National Index for Protection of LGBTQ plus community. Talk a little bit about that. 9 years running.
Yeah, so the Human Rights Campaign issues a municipal equity index. And so what this is that it sort of measures the efforts that different government entities are putting into protections for the LGBTQ plus community. And for the 9th consecutive year, the city of Detroit has earned the maximum 100 points that is allowed through the index scoring system. And about 5 other cities in the state of Michigan have earned that credit this year. But for the 9th consecutive year, it's phenomenal. It's unprecedented. We have great conversations around what this means for us with the city of Detroit, talking about inclusion for the city of Detroit and making it a welcoming city. So the mayor was, as you mentioned, the mayor was super excited. He definitely wanted to promote this and acknowledge the work that we've been doing as a government entity.
And how does that make you feel? I mean,
it makes me feel great. And so, and it makes me feel great because that means that it's not just one department, it's multiple departments that are doing various things throughout the city to make this a inclusive city. And so you have to figure, like housing, we have the Ruth Ellis Center, you have different programs at the Detroit Health Department. It just speaks volumes to what we're doing holistically and not just sectioned off and ciphered off in these little small capsules and not being captured, to understand what it means to have a city that is embracing everyone. And that's what we do here in the city of Detroit.
And I mean, a maximum 100 points. That's just got to be unheard of.
It's 100 points, and it is. And so we work hard to make sure we maintain that 100 points every year. This is something that we do. We have to show them that, look, these are the things that we're doing. And so they want us to, a lot of times, to kind of just show and prove, what are some of the efforts you're doing, mostly at the local level, but also at the state level. What are we convincing our representatives at the state level to do as far as protections and policies and things of that nature for the LGBTQ plus community? And we show it every year, time and time again.
And do the ERGs figure into this, the employee resource groups that we have in the city?
So the ERGs has been phenomenal. They work so hard to ensure that the employees of the city of Detroit are feeling that they feel welcome, whether you be a member of the community or a member of the community or a supporter of the community. And what they help us as far as when we're putting our efforts together to show that what we are doing, they are saying, look, don't forget about this, don't forget about this, because they kind of have a really hands-on touch as far as what we're doing internally. So we can think about what we're doing outside the city government and throughout the city, but we also have to recognize some of the things that we're doing here for our employees, and that helps as well.
And it filters down, right?
It really does. And so the ERG has been, we work hand in hand with them when we work with this, and as you can see, whether it be Danny Woods this year, we've worked with the other chairs of the ERG in past years, just for our sake and our knowledge.
All right.
Yeah.
And what is it that you love about your job, Anthony?
Oh wow. Okay. So
and tell people, people may hear Creole.
Yes.
They may not know exactly what you do, what the department does.
And so that's the Creole is, and so let's get back to the foundations of what Creole is. And so Creole is kind of like our working title, Civil Rights, Inclusion, and Opportunity. But the Creole is really known, and you can look at it in the charter. It's the Human Rights Department. And so we talk about, the last segment, we, acknowledging the individuals that are doing a lot of great things in the human rights area throughout the state of Detroit. I mean, because sometimes we have to go back to those fundamentals, those basics. And that's kind of where we start, and that's where we have to keep that knowledge, we have to keep that foundation going. And so, going back to our working title as far as Creole, we run the Office of Disability Affairs,
right,
which is fantastic. Led by Christopher Sam.
Right, that is. Oh gosh, I was at WWJ when that started, so it's been. Because I kind of followed it because I thought it was interesting that, an Office of Disability Affairs. So it's probably, about 5 years old?
It's about 4 or 5 years old now. Yeah, and Christopher has been there since the beginning, and he has done a phenomenal job. Couldn't have asked for a better leader in that department. We also have the Office of Cannabis Affairs. We have the Office of Civil Rights to ensure that everybody, the equal protections across the city. We also have our incentives compliance department, which ensures that Detroiters are a part of this economic boom, this economic opportunity that's going on in the city of Detroit. That we mandate that Detroiters are part of this development and are part of and getting a piece of that action. We have our own internal policy department. We have the Detroit Business Opportunity Program, which ensures that Detroit businesses and minority businesses and women businesses are receiving their fair share of contracts with the city of Detroit. And we have construction. We have individuals that works both with Detroit at Work and within Creole to ensure that workers are involved in the opportunities and economic boom that's occurring in the city of Detroit.
And I know you work hard. You're on it.
We are. And one of the newest things that's going on, we are actually hiring our first veteran affairs manager to focus on our veteran community, and we can't wait for that individual to get started on this work.
When is that going to be?
So we just finished the job is posted. We had applications coming in, so We're starting the screening process, and I just can't wait. There has been so much interest and intrigue about what this is going to look like. We've been approached by so many different veteran affairs groups, veteran groups. We've been approached by city council members, the community. It has been one of the most exciting things I've seen in quite a long time coming out of the CREO department.
All right, and Tanika, let me ask you the same question. What do you love about your job as Deputy Director of CREO?
Great question. So much that I love. I've been with CREO for a little over 5 years. I started out as a compliance analyst, so that's kind of where I started, just holding the developers accountable for what they promise they'll do and making sure that we have our Detroiters on our jobs. So I think what I really love is just being able to stand for something, right? Just doing the work. I think that's what's really important to me. Pushing that mission forward and holding individuals accountable for human rights and civil rights is what really stands close to me.
And Anthony, if people want to learn more about CREO, how can they do it? If they want to get involved with any of the initiatives or have questions about their civil rights or inclusion opportunities?
First thing, you can go to our website, detroitmi.gov/CREO. We try to keep it simple. Our phone number, 224-4950. You can get in touch with us that way. And our email address, obviously, at CREO@detroitmi.gov. Those are the three best ways to get in touch with our department. And from there, we can direct you to wherever you have interest.
And is there anything? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, what has been one of the biggest concerns that your department has addressed that you really feel good about, that you've made a change or an effort to change?
So I would say a couple of things. Our participation in what is our economic development that's occurring and has been occurring for the last 10, 12, 15 years so far. We orders, I have to say, commend, hats off to the administration, to the mayor for creating executive orders to mandate that there is participation for Detroit businesses in the economic boom that's occurring. You have to give hats off to that, and he has done a wonderful job in ensuring that occurs. Another one would be the Detroit Business Opportunity Programs, is ensuring that bona fide Detroit businesses have a stake and have an opportunity to be in an area for which they are qualified. Those qualified businesses have ability to bid and win these Detroit contracts. So we talk about the economic boom, but where are these, not only the workers, but the businesses as well? Who's receiving these benefits? Who's receiving the work? And the mayor and the administration has just done a phenomenal job. And it's wonderful to see, because those are probably the two areas that we receive the inquiries the most.
Right, and I know, like Super Bowl, you were busy, man, trying to get businesses registered and taking advantage of all the opportunities as a result of the NFL draft coming to Detroit. We all were quite busy.
Everybody was busy, and it was. And so one of the things I have to give hats off to the Sports Commission, the Lions organization, the NFL, obviously, was their impact and their desire to diversify their buy. And they worked really hard with the entities, with the city of Detroit, with my department, with other minority business organizations to ensure their buy and those individuals that were able to participate and receive contracts and be down in the footprint and benefit from the 750,000 people that came down here for the draft. They were adamant, and they worked really hard, and they listened to what we had to say. They didn't come in here with the preconceived condition and notion of, and these are the mandates, and this is how it's going to be done. They say, okay, what is it going to take? What do you need from us to make sure that that the diversity that exists within the city of Detroit is able to participate?
You know, Vicki, I remember, because we were at City Council meeting on something else, and I was a part of that virtually. And I remember when they proposed, when they came with their presentation, and I was amazed at how humble they were, because when I saw that they were on the thing, I said, oh yeah, they're going to come in here and try to tell us how to run this. They were very humble, very accommodating, and out of his mouth was like, hey, we have no intention of disenfranchising Detroiters and Detroit businesses. We want to work with them. And I was impressed by that. And I see that you all made that a reality.
It worked really well. And you hit that right on. They did. They came in here with a very humble attitude towards the makeup of the city of Detroit, and I think listening to what it is that we needed to make sure that we were included and we felt included for the NFL draft. And we all, I mean, everybody did such a great job. Again, all those entities and organizations, they participated and they made sure it happened. And so it was such a success that even post-draft, we are still in contact with those same entities just to say, okay, we learned, think about lessons learned. How can they take it on to the next city for whatever major event they may have? How can we make sure that the relationship with us and the Lions organization and the Sports Authority or whomever else that may have been involved, and those relationships continue, and those communications haven't stopped since the draft.
Yeah, and talk about Marvis Coldfield's one of his rhymes about we and not me. We were meeting with the folks from the draft and all the other stakeholders, Visit Detroit, Downtown Detroit Partnership, the Lions, at least a year out. And so that lets you know how really engaged they were in making sure that we had our input. And even on my side, I recommended some of the community media folks that we use for our Detroit for Life marketing campaign, and I know that they were able to get access and some advertising as well. So it really was a group effort. It was definitely. So anything else you all want to add before you enjoy the rest of your Sunday?
I just want to say I appreciate all the support that the residents and the visitors and the business owners of the city of Detroit that has shown CREO, all those that have sought out any of our assistance, those that may need of our assistance. Please don't be shy. We are here again. We can be reached at DetroitMI.gov/CREO. We are available. Any resources that we can help you all with, this is what we're here for.
Awesome. Well, it was Tanika. Any parting words for us?
Just want to say thank you guys for having us today. Just want to make sure that I'm acknowledging those winners for those Human Rights Awards as well. So if you guys see them in passing, please make sure you congratulate them on this amazing award. And that's all that I have.
All right, and let's give the award winners. Let's give them a shout out one more time. We know Brother Marvis Coldfield. And we also have
William Ross.
Bill Ross, my good buddy, Bill Ross. I haven't seen him in a while. Yeah. Congratulations, Bill Ross, if you're listening.
Mary Engelman.
And Dessa Cosma.
And,
Disability Power, Detroit Disability Power, doing great things. So hats off again to all of the recipients of the 2024 6th Annual Human Rights Awards. And thank you both for being here. We really appreciate you taking time out of your Sunday to be here.
No, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yes. We'll be right back.
Being unemployed, being a burden, way to help wipe those things away. I am now able to work for a reputable airline. Detroit had my back, all because I live in Detroit.
We're helping Detroiters like Stephen get a fresh start through Project Clean Slate, a free expungement program for Detroit residents. Project Clean Slate. Reclaim your life. Visit DetroitMI.gov/Detroit for Life.
Has your criminal record held you back? Are you in need of a fresh start in life? Detroit has your back. Project Clean Slate is a free expungement program for Detroit residents. Sign up today at DetroitMI.gov/Detroit for Life or call 313-237-3024.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the MHSAA and the Michigan Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hi, Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, and father of 5. I'm also an expert on drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids, and there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
And lead the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ed Council.
Has your criminal record held you back? Are you in need of a fresh start in life? Detroit has your back. Project Clean Slate is a free expungement program for Detroit residents. Sign up today at detroitmi.gov/Detroit for life or call 313-237-3024.
And welcome back to Detroit for Life here on Hot 107.5 FM WGPR. And we have on the live line a woman I've known for many years, doing great things in the community. And she's here to talk about a 50-year tradition in the city of Detroit. Maureen Stapleton is Interim Executive Director of Midtown Inc. Welcome to the show, Maureen. All right, we're going to try to get Maureen back on the line, and we'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back to Detroit for Life here on Hot 107.5 FM WGPR. And we're going to try to bring Maureen Stapleton back in on the show. Maureen, are you there?
I am. Good morning, Vicki.
Good morning. It's so great to hear your voice.
Thank you so much for having me.
And you are now the Interim Executive Director of Midtown Inc., and we are going to be talking about a 50-year tradition here in the city of Detroit, Noel Night. It's coming up, Maureen.
It is Saturday, December 7th, from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. We are doing Noel Day 2 night. And right. I'm so excited that we are in our 50th year. I don't want to age myself, but I believe I remember the first Noel night.
Oh my goodness! Oh, wow, seriously.
And it's just as good today as it was then for children and families and folks who are lover of the arts and food and shopping. It's a combination of what's best about Detroit.
And it really is. I mean, for people who've attended, just the sheer number of people, the diverse crowds that come out for this, it's really about community and supporting our cultural institutions as well as our businesses.
Absolutely. And I think people sometimes take Midtown for granted. And we take our cultural institutions for granted. We have some of the finest museums and cultural assets of any city in America. And this is a day that you can bring your family, friends, children down to experience those things for free.
For free? Did you say for free?
For free. That's what makes Noel Night so special. You don't have to have a lot of money, but we want you to bring your money with you. The cultural institutions are free. We have free activities and artistic performances throughout the Midtown footprint. We will be joined by ice carvers, which is an art in and of itself, Detroit Youth Choir at the Garden Theater. So we have soup to nuts in terms of entertainment and activity. We have a corner at Warren and Woodward that will have children's activities, food tents, beer tents, and food trucks. And then we have dozens and dozens of businesses, restaurants that you can come down and shop and eat and be merry with all of the rest of Metro Detroit.
And it really does, Thanksgiving really kicks off the holiday season. But I think to get into the holiday spirit, Noel Night does a wonderful job in helping you do that, correct?
It really, really does. And again, I remember the very first one. But as we have been planning this year, so many people have called and asked, when is it? What are we doing? Can we even be a part? We have artists that look forward to showing what they do, singing in front of people, performing the dance, performing the band renditions of Christmas carols. And we always end the night in a special way with the Salvation Army Band on the steps of the DIA singing Christmas carols. It is one of those iconic events that makes Detroit so special.
Wow. And you get to really promote this effort as interim director of Midtown. So you sound so passionate about it, right?
I mean, she makes you just want the 7th to hurry up and come because it's going to be great. No, honestly.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm very passionate about Midtown. When I took this interim role, I said to everyone who was interviewing me at the time, Midtown has been a part of my life all of my life, from going with my mom to classes at Wayne State University to having my fifth establishment in the area. It has been a part of my life. The DIA has always been a part of my life. The Detroit Historical Museum and the streets of Old Detroit is something I look forward to every year. And so it is a blessing to be able to steer this organization through an interim role, and looking forward to implementing Noel Night and preparing Midtown for the future.
Wow, and how does the weather figure into this? Is it rain, sleet, snow, shine?
We are a rain, sleet, snow, shine event, but we are claiming no snow, and just everyone bundle up, be warm, bring the kids out, and enjoy the spirit of the holidays.
Well, okay, so we have some intervention needed. It's only 35% chance of snow at this point, Maureen. 21.
But Maureen, the snow that's coming will just be seasonal. It'll just be a little sprinkling to make it magical.
Yeah, to make it a magical day.
Right.
And night.
Absolutely.
And if people want to find out more, Maureen, how can they do that?
Well, thank you very much for asking. You can visit over the next couple of days. It will be updated every day for the next several days, noelnight.org. noelnight.org. And what you will see there is a list of businesses that are open so you can do your Christmas shopping, a list of cultural assets that are open for you to come and see performances. It will list churches and other places where we are placing entertainment for people's listening and participation and pleasure. And so that list will change daily now for the next 3 or 4 days as we upload more and more activities for people to come down and be a part of the event. But the best way to find that is visit noelnight.org. O-R-G.
And what's your favorite part about Noel Night?
I think it's just seeing the diversity of the people, and seeing all of the diversity of activities, experiencing the arts, culture, and all of the restaurants, and getting my Christmas shopping done early. I look forward to every year.
That's a bonus, yes. And how has the Midtown area grown in the last several years?
You know, Midtown has grown substantially. I'd like to say it is not a neighborhood. It's 7 neighborhoods. On the east side of Woodward, it is Brush Park, the Medical Center, and the Arts Center. On the west side of Woodward, it is North and South Cass. What we used to call the Cass Quarter has now 2 neighborhoods, the University District and New Center. And so we're 7 neighborhoods strong, 20,000 residents, 260-plus businesses, looking forward to welcoming all of our folks from Metro Detroit down to Noel Night this year.
And do the businesses have specials during Noel Night to get people in the shops?
Thank you so much for asking that. If you go on our website, you will see many of them are listing 10% off or a special treat or hot chocolate, or it's really a family focused event. And so, yes, some of them will have drink specials. I was just on a show earlier today with folks who are going to have flight pairings. So it's really not just for...
Oh, wow.
And it's not just for adults. It's for everybody.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Well, one more time, we've got the website, noelnight.org, if you want a lineup of some of the entertainment, the restaurants that'll be open, the shops that you can visit to get that Christmas shopping done early. Maureen, anything else we need to know?
Come enjoy from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Enjoy our arts, our culture, our food trucks, our beer tents, and all of the cultural and activities and performances that we have. All are welcome. Most of it's free, and there's not much you can do free during the holidays, so come on down and join us.
All right, Maureen Stapleton, thank you so much. Interim Executive Director of Midtown Inc. We'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. And Dodie, man, the holiday season is upon us.
Listen.
And you know what got me?
She was so excited, though. I'm like, I got to come down here for that. She just was a great
we should hang out. Check out the website, find a couple of spots to hit, get some shopping done. Yeah, I like it. But I was amazed at the weather. The weather turned on us so fast.
You see, I got the big coat. I got the big coat today.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe it. I guess I should believe it. It is December 1st.
But Vic, remember when we were little kids, you had snow right about Thanksgiving. We've gone with the Palm Springs kind of the southern kind of weather. Whatever's been happening, we haven't had it like we used to have it when we were kids. And I was walking my dog the other day, and I said, wow, this kind of takes me back. We're getting the childhood weather.
Yes, but I was a little sad, though, because I still had flowers in my backyard that were still blooming right before Thanksgiving.
They'll come back in the spring. They will. But, you know, let me just say this as because I know we're getting ready to wrap, right, kid?
Yes, we are.
You know, this is the last first Sunday of the year. It is gone. We've had a ball doing this show. Now, we'll be back next year.
Yes.
But we've had a ball doing this show. But this is the last first Sunday of the year. And I think on behalf of all of us, we want to wish everybody the happiest of holidays. We hope we've been able to give good information. You've been a soldier on this. You have soldiered this thing. I mean, the information, you and I are back and forth on the emails, and your information and presentation has been phenomenal, and it has been
and I
my pleasure.
You
it's been
as
my
my
pleasure.
Co-host.
Oh, thank you. On Hot 107.
Right?
Who knew?
We would end up working together one day.
WGPR Hot 107.5, and here we are.
Yeah, Detroit for life.
Detroit for life. It's been my pleasure.
And I love Detroit for Life, our marketing campaign. We also have a Detroit for Life newsletter. The fall edition is out, will be coming out in the next few weeks, so it'll be hitting. It is mailed to every single resident in the city of Detroit, and you should be getting that in the next couple of weeks. We have stories about everything from CVI groups. We have some exciting information coming up tomorrow about our CVI groups. We also have information on so many different programs, how you can avoid eviction with right to counsel, DWSD getting the lead out with their lead line replacement program. Just so many great stories. Of course, we have Annette Anderson, who is our spokesperson here. She is Motor City Match.
Absolutely.
And she is just phenomenal. We've been making the media rounds with her. The police department, as a result of the ARPA funding from the federal government, a new helicopter. So I've got a shot of the helicopter in this one, this next edition, and we have a lot of contact information for you from city council members to all the different city departments you can reach out to take advantage of the many opportunities we have to offer in Detroit.
And lastly, and most importantly, because we're getting followers every month, if you've missed any of the content or you want to go back and revisit any of the great content that you have brought, and Quells, we got to give Quells credit because he does his thing.
We couldn't do it without Quells.
Couldn't do it without Quells.
Quells is our engineer. Keeps us on track.
Right. But if you want to go back and revisit any of the information, where can they get it at, Vic? DetroitMI.gov/Detroit for Life. All of the shows that we've done are on the website. And with that, we want to again wish you the happiest of holidays and Happy New Year. We'll see you in January.